G'day viewers, we're here at Strood on the Medway Valley. Thought we'd have a look around. And here's one of the features. Damn it, missed me trade. Go on you lot, you can go through them. So I don't know who they open for. But anyway, you can go through them too. And you can come out onto the station platform where you'll find non-collectible cleaning trolleys. Actually, I forgot one of the collectibles. It's actually over here. There's fire extinguishers. And out here there's a thing. A defibrillator. There's other stuff too. Lols indeed. Ah. Oh yeah, postie box thing. That's another one. You got to post a letter. Firefly simulations. There we go. We've sent them the letter. The other thing will be route maps. There we go. Pretty complex one, but that's the network. That's not this route. We should probably have a look at this route, but I think we might head out to do that. But as you can see, Strood is fairly well detailed. It's nice to have someone in the cafe for a change. You still can't interact with them. That would be cool, but not cool enough to not have fuzzy textures, etc. The newspapers are not collectibles. Well, this will be a 375. How many carriages has it got? So it's a long one. It's a 375/7. And there's the /3, which is the other one. More fire extinguishers. They are everywhere. Can you sit here? I don't know. Anyway, let's go out and have a look at stuff. So, apologies for this being a premiere, but the embargo has changed to a time when I'm working. So, I'll pop something out at 8 AM my time, which is this. So, this is what we're going to have. I probably won't have time to stream this until my Sunday morning, so that's when we'll do it. Because I'll be working on a real railway and, yep, I'll have to get my sleep, so I won't be up late streaming, that's for sure. Because, you know, it starts at the railway at 6 AM. Anyway, let's pop out to the main Mia news so we can start with Training Centre and the journeys. And then we'll look at things like the scenarios and the timetables, and we'll have a look at the map and all that sort of exciting stuff. Be a little while this loads up. And just me looking around the place reminds me that I was approached by an eye tracking company that does software, but I have to say that I respect you guys a little bit too much to take a paid deal about eye tracking software that I know is bad. So I'm not going to sit here and take that deal and tell you it's good. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I have a little bit more integrity than that. All right, let's look in the train modules and we'll search 375. And we have the 375/3 and the 375/9. I think I called it a /7 before, didn't I? What a wally. But anyway, it's the /3 and the /9. That's what you get. /9 has a first class and it's long, and the 375/3 has no first class and it's little. There you go. All right, so there's training for those. That's fine. They're both very simple to drive. They're exactly the same as the other 375s we've got in the game. We've got 375s, or there's something else. 377s, I think. I think it's 377s. But anyway, doesn't matter. You get the idea. Right, journeys. Let's have a look at jail journeys first. Jail journeys? Journeys. Medway Valley Line. A very Medway Valley journey. The terrible puns in journeys are part of the fun. So, introduction, we go to the 375/3, SEB. Then there's, I don't think there's anything else in there, is there? Oh, looking for trouble, the first scenario. So we'll come back to the scenarios. Night Rider, we've got a scenario and 4 services, so that's pretty standard there. It looks like it's about 3.5 hours of gameplay for this chapter. It's not too bad. Whether or not, so we've got a scenario, and again, there's 4 services. And yeah, it's about 3 hours again, 3.5, about the same. Yeah, not about the same. All over the place. This one's a little bit longer. This one's about probably approaching 5, maybe 6 hours of gameplay, close to it. And there's a remarkably short scenario. It's a bad time. Which I'm guessing has a lot of sheep, probably. And then there's Southeastern Driver, where you're going to be working your tail off, I'm afraid. There's rather a lot of services in here. And one scenario. So, yeah, get used to that. That's like a full shift, I think. That's what that looks like to me. So it's starting pretty early. It looks like it's more than a full shift, actually. It looks like it might be 2 shifts. But anyway, that's okay. Let's hop out of the journeys and let's go into choose a route in the Medway Valley Line. So we will have a look at the scenarios up first. Early morning, 15 minutes. It's a bit of a shorty. It's a horrible, drizzly day. Start your shift at Jubilee Sidings and bring your 375 into service for the day. So it's a cold starter. Looking for trouble, 1 hour. The track and lane side infrastructure along the Medway Valley is overdue for a checkup. I just had a horrible feeling I wasn't recording, but I am. It's okay. Drive this empty 375 with a track monitoring camera attached to gather the needed data. Well, that sounds interesting if the camera is actually visual, so come back to that later. Unexpected express, 35 minutes due to an earlier signal failure at Maidstone West. The inbound service forming your train was over half an hour late and the next 375 is already approaching. To start re-establishing a proper service pattern, you will run fast to Strood, calling only at Maidstone West. The train behind you will take passengers to their intermediate stations. A bad time. Take this empty car's move down to Paddock Wood to keep an eye out for trouble. Ooh. And this last one, it's no good. Very hard. 1 hour, 5 minutes. It's been unsteady start this cold winter morning. The 375s can't get moving as one of the first trains to make it out of Tonbridge Jubilee Sidings. You're taking this entire 6-car train to Strood in the best hope of keeping traction. Sounds interesting. Sounds like it could be difficult. Shall see. All right, let's have a look at the timetable. We will start with the layers. So there are 19 layers in here. We'll see which ones of them are core. So all the ones that are marked DLC are in theory the core. So class 395 Medway Valley Southeastern High Speed, 395 CML services, Thames Link services. So if you've got the class 700, you'll get those ones. Southeastern Victoria. Actually, that says it's in the DLC. That suggests the 700 is actually in the DLC. Okay. Southeastern Victoria services, Southeastern Semel services, Southeastern Hastings AI, miscellaneous freight on Southeastern High Speed, cargo line aggregates. Good to see the cargo line stuff in here. Skyhook deserves a bit of a break. And that's the HOAs. RHTT services, also good to have those. Cargo line petroleum. It's the original cargo line, I think. Good to have those in. Was petroleum first or aggregates first? I don't remember. Class 465 Southeastern High Speed, Remembrance Class 395 Rail Tour of Southeastern High Speed, Medway Valley Venturer, which has the West Somerset Railway Class 33, and Class 375 Maidstone East, Class 375 Statics, Class Aggregates Statics. I think I said if that DLC means it's in the DLC, but no, that's not true. Sorry, Freight Statics, Class 47 Evening Rounder from the West Somerset Railway. These will come from Southeastern High Speed, and that one's West Somerset. PBD. I don't know where that comes from. Freight Statics, Class 47 Evening Rounder from West Somerset, and the Flying Kentishman from West Somerset. Geez, you want to say that one carefully. And that one needs the Flying Scotsman, the Mark 2As, and the Mark 1 BG. Cool. That's all of your layers. Now, trains with services, we've got the 375/6. Surely that's the /9. Didn't we see /9 in the training? Or is it really the /6? Maybe it's the /6 and the other one's backwards. We did see 9, didn't we? Let me go have a look. We did see 9, surely. Maybe the 375/9's from somewhere else. Maybe I'm just an idiot. 375 /9. And I've completed that one, and it's new, which suggests it's from Medway. But it's a /6. Okay, fine. Good. back to the route. All right, so we got 375/6 with 238 playable services. We'll look at them in a moment. 375/3 with 67 playable services. The Class 33 from West Somerset, I guess, 4 services. Class 395 Javelin, 72 services, only on the southeastern high-speed part. 465/9, there's 92 services for those. And the 66, of course, 25 services for those ones. And the Thameslink Class 700, 85 services. All right, so let's have a look at the actual services and let's see what they look like. So these are the Gillingham to Tonbridge, Gillingham, Emud to Gillingham. So there's lots of shorties. There's a few longer ones. There's a big one out there to Strood from Tonbridge. So the majority of these are fairly quick and sharp. There's a Strood to Paddock Wood, 49. So mostly they're probably 15 minutes or less. I think I've seen another one there at 49 minutes. So yeah, what else have we got? Mostly shorties. There's another longer one. So there's roughly one longer one per page. So lots of shorties and a few longer ones. So probably, if I had to guess, 20 odd longer ones at most. Let's have a look at the 375/3. Oh, they all have conductor, well, not all, but a lot of them have conductor and driver mode. And unlike some previous releases, conductor mode actually does work first time, although there are quite a few wait for the next stop runs from what I have seen. So this is the /3, and we're running Tonbridge, Strood, Maidstone, Wet. So there's, you know, some few shorties going from the sidings. 15s. There's significantly more longer runs on this one. This is the main part of the route, the Medway Valley part of the route, and heading off to Strood as well. So there's plenty of long services here, many hours of gameplay, most of which have both conductor and driver. Now the conductor ones, I've tried a few, and on this side of the world, this side has passengers. It's the southeastern high speed that doesn't seem to have any. So we'll see how that goes. This is an early access version. We'll see what it goes when it comes out. The rail tour, Hastings Faversham Part 2, Faversham Hastings, and Faversham Hastings. So there's what, 2 hours 20, 2 hours 10, 2 hours 10, 2 hours 15 gameplay there for the rail 2 tour services between Rainham and Strood. It's not a very long run though. I wonder why it takes so long. It seems, oh, that's a full length run. That's why. And that's the shorty down the other side. No, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. It's a full length run. That would be fun. The Javelins, these are all fairly short because they're on the southeastern high speed section. So between Rainham and Gravesend. So that's all of the route that you get on this version. So it's kind of the slow bit of the Javelin services and not the fast bit of the Javelin services. They are all about half an hour, except for the occasional longer one. That's a full-length run on the other line, so that's good. So there actually is a Javelin run that goes down the other line. That's cool. Well, then what did they do that for? What was the explanation for that? Drive the Special Remembrance Charity Rail Tour from Gravesend to Tonbridge. Well, there you go. That would explain that one, because they don't normally run down that line. Alrighty, and 465s. Where do these go? So there's some hour-longs and lots of shorties. So that's a full-length run. That's just little short bits. Lots of little short bits around the place. So a bit of variety, but lots and lots of short services. A few middling ones. So there's probably some decent gameplay in there. Have a look at the 66. So we've got Cargo Line Aggregates, Cargo Line Petroleum. The others I'm guessing are probably the RHTT. So let's have a look. On the Cargo Line Aggregates, Grain Oil to Tunbrook. Yeah, so there's some longer runs in here, some full-length runs with the 66. So the freight people should be relatively happy with that. And that's RHTTs, aggregates, petroleum or aviation fuel, more aviation fuel. So light locos, there's a few bits and pieces there to play with. The Class 700 looks like it's half-hour services and a few shorter ones, and they are all on the Southeastern High-Speed section only. It's actually interesting because I've ridden the Southeastern High-Speed. Well, this one's a full-length run, Gravesend to Tonbridge. There's a few of those by the looks of it. In the wee hours of the morning. Yeah, darkness rolls. Okay, that's fine though. All right, now what else was I going to show you? Should probably play service. Hey, we probably should, because there's stuff to do. So let's take a 3753 because that runs on the new bit. So let's pick a longer one that will stop everywhere, and daytime would be wonderful, I think. So Strood to Tonbridge, that'll do the job. And let's get rid of this dynamic weather rubbish and go into our usual light clouds. 7:30 in the morning in March. Should be daylight. Guess we'll find out in a minute. I haven't started my controller software. I am using the TSCX. These trains do work with the TSCX, which is absolutely wonderful because we've had a few that haven't of late. I popped up a tutorial for Conductor that'll go live roughly the same time this does, so I won't show Conductor mode in here. It's the bog standard stuff. It's pretty easy to do. The driver opens the doors, guard closes them. I will show you an interesting bit of the guard closing the doors. I do cover it in my tutorials as well. So we've got a red signal in front of us. Let's get the master key in, reverse it to forward, and let's get the DRA on and get the doors open. Next up, we'll do our headlights. We'll put those to day running, tail lights to off, and let's go and turn on our safety systems. GSMR's already got our head code in it, and we want vigilance, DSD, AWS, and you can probably hear the announcements happening. Good. Windows can be opened, of course. There's a 700 and a Javelino sitting over there. Wait till 7:32. We got a couple of minutes, so let's just put that back into off for now. And let's go for a wander. Because we're here at Strood. We did look at Strood Station building before, so we won't bother chasing that up again. We looked into corridors before, I think, too, when we started, so we can have a quick wander. Why not? Let's see what it's like. Is this working? Yeah, I guess so.
Doors closing.
Good. There are some other things. There are some working traffic lights here and there. There are some working pedestrian crossings along the line. Wouldn't it be funny if that one worked and this one didn't? Yes, it would. So look forward to those. There are an awful lot of whistle signs along the route because there's a lot of pedestrian crossings. So get used to that. You'll have a very horny time of it. The area around Strood that you can see, it looks good. I've been to Strood, but I can't say I remember it terribly well. Lots of billboards that seem to be real ones or close to real ones, so we shall see. We have got some passengers in there, which is nice to see. And our passengers are relatively behaving themselves. There are a few spots where they don't. And let's go back into forwards. Cancel our alarms again. We can get the DRA off. Let's start the doors closing. When you're driving, you still close them, but let's just watch this screen up here. A door has become stuck. Oh no, better fix that. And you can see our guards got this door down here open on 67923. Interestingly, he's closed it even though this one's stuffed, so that's amusing. It's probably this one, I think. No? This one. Ah, there it is. It's still open. So we should probably close this one too. It's interesting that the guards still closed their doors then, but that's okay. Off we go to Cuxton. I've got all the safety systems on. Pretty simple train to drive. It's the same as the other variants like the 377s, etc. So single power and brake controller. You can just put it into whatever power level you want. It just copes with it unless it's wet or snowy. You do have a nice signal belt, which you can answer the guard with should you choose to. We didn't hear that before because we weren't listening. Oh yeah, we're going too fast. That's okay. No, it's not really. Let's hop outside so we can see the route as we go. So we've got the Medway River Castle. Nice little bridge going over the river over there. Looks like lots of stuff is quite nicely modelled. There's a pleasant amount of traffic around the place in terms of cars and the like. Gratuitous bridge shot number 1. In fact, we should do gratuitous bridge shot number 1 on this side, but we're not going to make it because there's a castle. Naturally. Alright, let's power on. We're allowed to do 70 miles per hour now. The train sounds quite good to me. Mostly we've got the bog standard trees, but there are a few newer ones. There is distant fog, so even though I did not have fog turned on, you can see there is distant fog. This is part of the new optimization regime, I believe, in that distant fog helps things. Now, those of us who have played various routes like, I don't know, Mittenweld Barn, know that fog helps because they actually use that as a technique to cut down what you could see in the distance. And it, I should put the frame rate on, shouldn't I? I'm locked at 60, by the way. It does do more on this machine. It goes up to about 157 or something. But I think the optimization's been done pretty well. I think for the most part, I've seen a pretty fair balance between optimizing it and making it visual enough. So we have a lot of, there's staircases and pedestrian crossings and stuff. I've not tried to walk up them, so I don't know if you can. I know there's a couple of places you can get out and go for a wander. I have seen video from one of the other ambassadors showing a working, that's a yellow signal, I should probably think about stopping because we've got a station coming, a working pedestrian gate, which I thought was interesting. Don't know why I brake that hard. We're a long way from Cuxton. I see a boat storage yard here with lots of large pleasure cruisers. Clearly some rich people around this vicinity. I love the big pile of steel coils. I don't know how anybody's going to explain a big pile of steel coils in a luxury boat yard. And there's another one. That just seems weird to me that anybody would do that, but that's okay. We should stop. And we're going to spad, aren't we? It's a good demo, isn't it? Yep, grouse. And the gates were open too, because the signal was at stop. Let's just replay the service, shall we? I'll leave this in. Remember that integrity thing? It's part of it. Oh well, at least you can have a giggle. I won't talk this through this time. I'll just set us up and get us out of here. Not that there's that much to do. DRA, so we don't spad. What? Did we spad before? No, it was imagination. Alright, did I open the doors? No. Alright, let's... You don't have to turn on the safety systems, of course. They are completely optional. I prefer to run them. The thing is Raildriver and TSCX compatible. I think I've mentioned that. In my tutorial, I do cover reset procedures and the like. Another little church up on the hill up there. Javelin service heading the other way, but not in service. And a 465 also not in service with a somewhat fuzzy front number plate. And we are, of course, at Strood. And we'll try not to spad for the second time. There is a bit of road traffic about, so look, we've got the Firefly Inn. That's funny. There's a little bit of road traffic about, nothing really serious to write home about. Oh, is that our first speed camera in the game? I don't recall seeing one before, so maybe it is. Let's annoy this guy while we're waiting, shall we? Yep. Fine. Wait until 9:32, 20 seconds to go. This time, hopefully we won't get a door fault, because what I'd like you to see... Let's get a window open. What I'd like you to see is that the guard holds a door open. Now, there's no NPC for the guard. It just happens that one of the doors stays open for longer than the others. Someone just looked in the window. How weird. Alright, it's time to go. Yep. Let's lock the doors, and we'll see that one of the doors will stay open longer than the other ones. You can also see their destination is up there as Tonbridge, no route description. You can see the C door was open and has now closed. Let's whack off the DRA and answer the guard and get out of here. Off we go then. This time we won't speed. This time I'll pay attention.
The next station is Cuxton.
Only allowed to do 15 out of here. Got the BR era Strood intercity sign. Still retained for Southeastern. Oh yes, the Medway submarine with a different view of it. Which means the big Medway Bridge is over there. This is the other rail bridge. Which means Dovetail's down here somewhere. Next station will be... Is this Chatham? Just ignore that train doing 50 mile an hour. That's Rochie. So around the corner from Rochie, we're getting a long way from our train. This is a dangerous thing to do. There's fake Rochie that no one uses anymore. And up around here somewhere on the other side of this tunnel, which I can't go through there. Let's go through the tunnel then. Fortunately, there's a train, so I can see to go through the tunnel. Will be Chatham. And if we leave Chatham, and I've got to say that actually looks pretty good. And if we leave Chatham, I'm trying to think which way, it's this way, isn't it? Go down this way somewhere. Down towards the waterfront. Train's still doing under 15 mile an hour up there somewhere. Somewhere around down here, looks like not particularly accurately modelled, because it'd be somewhere around here. Maybe here at worst case. But somewhere around here would be Dovetail. Oh, unless that's meant to be it over there. Maybe this is meant to be it. Because that does kind of look like their building, but it's not that close to the water. Well, I suppose it is. Could be. Anyway, let's go back to our train. Oh, you're stopped. Of course you are. Vigilance probably whacked you. Alright, let's go. This time we'll pay attention. Ooh, Sparky-Yakis. Any more Sparky-Yakis? Nah, no more Sparky-Yakis. Never mind. As we boon her up to 70 miles an hour. It's weird that there's car markers out here. So I remember from the previous stream that they're actually meant to be there. And that tells you how many cars you've overshot the platform by. I thought that's an interesting thing to have there. So I have been down in the Medway area a couple of times on my trips. They've both been fairly brief because for some funny reason I concentrated on going to Dovetail. First time was just for a one-on-one chat with Matt, and the second time was for the Ambassador annual event, or the Ambassador, Influencer and Moderator annual event is what I probably should call it. Because not everybody that you see with the game is actually an ambassador. Some of them are influencers. And we also have the very hard-working moderators who moderate the stream channels, Discord, Reddit, Facebook, various other places. So very helpful people. So I can't tell you that this place is not to some extent made up, because I don't know it that well, particularly not this line. I haven't actually ridden on this line itself. Just ridden over the top of it. Is that something standing over there? Oh no, maybe not. We should probably pay attention, eh? Because we don't want to spat again, because the gates aren't closed. Now, the interesting thing about this line is the signal boxes are actually manned, and there are NPCs in them. And you will see them do stuff. So if we get into this platform quickly enough, I'll smack the button to get the doors open. You do have to come quite uncomfortably close to the red lights. Don't need an emergency though. And let's get out of the train. Race over here to the signal box. See, there's a guy in there. He's just standing around scratching his ponytail. But you'll notice that the gates have now shut. So he does that. When we come back in through here, we should see that we have a green, which is a good thing. And a quick look around the station at Cuxton here. It's one of the smaller stations, pretty plain on this side. And if we roll up the other side, similarly plain, but it does have a nice old building on it. No entry though, it's all boarded up. Kind of boring, but that's okay. A few collectibles around the place. I will leave you to find those for yourself. There are some nice posters around the place, so it's worth having a look out for those. That's probably a route map, I suppose, which we won't be able to do on the external camera. I think it's probably time to go, isn't it? Yes. Alright. There's Vigilance going, you awake? Vigilance and doors going off at the same time. Gets confusing. They are a very, very similar tone. Alright. Guard. Come on, Guardicus. Off we go. See you later, Cuxton signalman. Ooh, is this my favourite thing? Oh, at least they go into sheaths of protection. Alright, I'll forgive that one. They're going into sheaths. I really doubt you'd see them that way down near the ground. That would be a fenced area, because that would be rather dangerous. But anyway, on we go to hauling. More Arky Sparkies. Sewage treatment plant over there to our left. I shouldn't assume it's a sewage treatment plant, I suppose, but it probably is. It could be pulling water out of the Medway River for you to drink. Wouldn't that be exciting? I did once read that when you're having a drink of water out of the tap in London, it's been through 13 other sets of kidneys before you got it. And before it was cleaned, it was at least 27% sewage. A magnificent statistic. There's some boats here with sails up. They don't move as far as I know, but it's nice to see a few with their sails up and not just sitting around doing nothing. Here is a pedestrian crossing. I'm not sure if this is one of the working ones. Let's just take the power off. So they do make noise. There we go. And green, but you, I don't know if you can open the doors as a pedestrian. I haven't tried. But it is actually workable. Got our next station of hauling coming up. I should go into the train and hear the announcement, I guess. I do have announcements in the cab turned on. There you go. Let's put a bit more brake on. I haven't tried, but I'm kind of hoping that these gates may be open. Because how cool would it be to be able to deliver into industries like these? That would just be fun. But I don't know that you can, so don't count on it. I just kind of hope. They do certainly have some gimmicks, the Firefly team. Good enough. Let's have a look around the platform here. Here at Hauling. Small building, collectible there. Equally closed and boarded up to the other stations. Seems to be the norm on a lot of British stations on the smaller lines. They're just all closed up. There's nothing but a local automated presence. Nice footbridge. There's some different graffiti around the place as well, which is quite nice. Oh, we've got another stuck door. How delightful. Which one is it? You, okay. If you want to tell, you can look at the lights, because if the light's still on, that's the stuck one. Why, dude? Snodland. Let's just pretend we heard that. Off we go to Snodland. Someone's just sent me an hour-long video of a kitten dancing. Yep, my friends are weird. This is for sure.
The next station is Snodland.
Suspension. Forgot to mention that. They do have suspension. And you can see, they definitely do have train faults. As we make our way to Snodland, a mile away. This is only my 4th full-length run, I think. So, I'm still learning the route. For such a out-of-the-way route, it's not a terrible traffic pattern on the timetable. You do see a reasonable amount of movement around the place. The modelling is quite nice. And its optimization seems to be pretty good because we are sitting on 60 FPS. Now, the people that made this route, oops, not emergency, are the ones who are doing the work on South Eastern High Speed as well. So we actually did see that. We did see that come out as a bit of a release at one point that was unintended. You're still stopping from an emergency, aren't you? There we go. You going to power up now? Of course you're not. Let's go. Yes, it was still stopping from my emergency. So you can see how easy it is to restart from an emergency. Just wait till it stops and put your power handle off and go again. Alrighty, now arriving Snodland, the doors will open on the left. Mind the gap. Another nice footbridge, another little signal box over there on the right. Oh, emergency again? I'm good at this. No, I'm not. Clearly not. Alright, let's scoot around Tonbridge. Some nice little flowers over here. Some opium poppies of all things. Lovely. So if you want to get some snod at Snodland, you know where to go. Collectible. PIS. Some random white lights, but I guess they light up the building at night time. Probably look quite nice. Some disabled parking. Have a look at the front of the building. Ah, yes. When I first saw this, I thought it was graffiti or spoof or something, but no, it's just part of the Snodland sign, really. There's another one of the reasonably nice posters. Hop on board a southeastern train to Marvellous Margate. See if we can spot our guard keeping the door open down the back here. I hate it when vigilance goes off at the same time as the doors. So which one was the guard in? I think it was that one. Anyway. New Hythe, let's go! And that's not a American streamer with a lisp. It's just height. Now departing Snodland. Let's see if the gates work. It's always a pleasant thing to explore. Not yet. Is there a signalman in the signal box here? No, this one you can't see into. So just put the power off. Is there a train coming the other way? I'm hearing a bit of rail singing. Woo! My word, there is. And there's an AWS for that 60 sign. And here we have a petroleum train. Just got to watch that new height because we're getting pretty close to it. Oh well, let's go back to our train before we get ourselves in trouble. You want to see the route anyway, I imagine. So back up as high as we can go. Reasonably nice water. That was a pedestrian crossing I should have honked at. And another one. New height. Mind the gap between your expectations and reality. Fly down the two platforms. One is remarkably nondescript. It's a fairly modern platform until you get down here. We've got the interesting trailer stands, which is interesting. I've seen those a lot in America. I hadn't seen them in the UK before. This looks like a modernised but old station to me. And a modern construction on the overbridge here and the retaining wall made of interlocking concrete blocks. If we were really supposed to go all the way down there. Seems weird, but anyway. Alright, we can go when the doors close, when the guard is ready. Don't forget to bingle bongle the guard. Let's go. Quiet vigilance. Vigilance. Aylesford, next stop. I'll have a dark ale, please.
If you notice something out of order, speak to a member of staff or text us at 101.
It's a boat with a light on top. How interesting.
We will shortly be arriving at Aylesford.
I've got a repeater here showing the next signal is red. You can tell because it's horizontal like a semaphore. AWS reminding us of that fact as we pull in here to Aylesford. Once again, you have to come very close to the signal, but that's what these platforms are like, so don't whine about it, just cope with it. Doors open. Let's have a look around. We've got a split platform here at Aylesford. No building on this side. And on the other side, we've got a fairly nice building. Again, it's all boarded up. Which is a shame, really, because this would be a really cool place to live. I actually have a faint suspicion. Yes, Aylesford's an Indian takeaway. One of these stations along this route is, you can actually live there. It's the Vindaloo Spewer. Very good. Very optimized wording there. Good to see. Couple of little houses around the place. Doors at the level of the ground. Nice to see. Nice touch. Same with these. I kind of think these might be a new asset. The scattered bins and the grasses are quite nice. Like to see things like this. I think it's time to go, probably. Lock the doors. We can see the crossing is running up there. I just binged the goo out early there. He's probably going, what do you want? Off we go. Now leaving Aylesford. Come up here. We'll watch the gates again. Oops. Let's go the right way. Over. And let's watch the gates. That's a collectible all the way down there. I think we need to know. There they go. Lovely. Let's go and see if this is... It is a collectible all that way from the station. Wow. Okay. Party on moment. No, not a party on moment. We're only doing 40. Only allowed to do 40. Bad unit. Maidstone Barracks. Next stop. That's a serious supercruiser over on the left there. Bit of cash tied up in that one. CCTV over the crossing. Interesting. First time we've seen that on a route, I think. This area looks quite nice at night time, by the way, with all the little lights planted around the joint. I think we can accelerate now fairly safely as we cruise along the Medway River here. The line does follow the river for the bulk of its journey. So make our way towards the Gunja Den at Maidstone. Is that a good joke? Of course it was. Ooh, road signage. One needs to know. Are these real road signs? Or do they say things like city centre? They are real road signs. Awesome. I do like seeing real road signs. Get sick of that ones with city this way and stuff like that. Ooh, that says those gates might open because there be a train in there. Excellent. That looks like it might even be an unloading facility. So that gives me hope that those gates open and that you can go in and out of there. Actually, let's just start you braking because you're a mile away. And if we go back here a bit to this train, is it a real train? Come on. I'll zoom in. Next service, it is a real train. Those gates must open. Brilliant. I'm a happy little puppy now. Bit of an athletics field. It'd be good to see some athletics going on. And there's that Javelin rail tour. How about that? What were the odds of seeing that? You'd think I planned it. Just for clarity, I didn't. Alright, we have to slow down to 30 miles per hour. We've got a little while to get there. We've got a station to stop at first. Coming into Stoned Maid Barracks. Big GSMR radio antennas up there.
Shortly be arriving at Maidstone Barracks.
We've got that ivy that was made famous on the, I think the Harlem line was the first time we saw that one. And we went, ooh, look at the ivy. We all got so excited about ivy. I don't need to go down the end of this platform. Why am I going down the end of the platform? Force of habit. That's what the nun said. He was trapped in the force of habit. Fairly modern area. Some pallet racking all ready for the copper thieves to come and get it. Good. Make it easy. They do less damage if you make it easy. Modern sort of station, no particular buildings. Just a Maidstone Barracks signage. I guess that's Maidstone Barracks, is it? Don't know. No idea. Haven't been in the area. No idea. I don't think I've been to Maidstone anyway. There's plenty of posters and stuff around for visual acuity. This is the Buckland Hill Bridge. How about that? Alright, let's lock the doors, because these people are starting to get close to the train, and we wouldn't actually want them to get on or anything, would we? No, they can catch the next one. Quiet, vigilance. Get ready for the bongle bongle. Bop bop. Off we go to Maidstone West. 30 miles an hour on the entrance to Maidstone West suggests that we are diverging or changing lines or something like that. So let's just have a bit of a gander. We are going through some curves and some junction-y stuff. So that's probably why. It is a 30 mile an hour corner by the looks of things. So we shall stick with that. We shall be a good little boy. As we come rolling into Stoned Maid.
We will shortly be arriving at Maidstone West. This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member.
Pretty big size station, this one. We can stop here. We don't need to go to the end. It's good to see these stops in the middle, but I'm certainly not used to it. So let's keep an eye on that. Because you go far enough, you're going to miss your objective, and that might actually happen inside a platform. Maidstone West, a little bit of a head shunt siding over there. Looks like there was a bay platform here at some point, but now gone. But there is a route map here by the looks of things. It's a strange place for it, but that's okay. We have some different coloured bicycles. Woo! There's a lot of police around the place. Lot of police. Is it a cop shop? Don't know. What do we got in here? We've got a waiting room. We've got some displays. Very nice. Ooh. Where are we there? That's on the platform. Up and over. Another nice bespoke footbridge to the other side. Another nice building. This one kind of has the flavour that it operates, but we'll see, won't we? Well, let's get those doors closing while we're cruising around looking at stuff. So it looks like if this was in an earlier era, this would have been a termination station, I think. Where does this go? Nowhere, but it would make an excellent ski jump onto the main line. I can see Gordon going up here at a large rate of knots. Off we go. Next stop is East Farley. Where are we on the route now, you ask? We have come down this part of it, and we are heading down towards the bottom part of it, towards Tonbridge. And the city's fairly nicely modelled. Whether it's accurate or not, I have no idea. This looks like a bespoke asset. I don't think we've seen this before. The Cloud Motorsports. And we're going way too fast. So tell me, if you live here, does this look cool or what? Another bespoke bridge by the look of it. I'm not seeing a heap of pop in, which makes me pretty happy. You can see the shadows popping in around the trees, but at this time of the morning, the light's so low you don't really notice it so much. Still following the river Medway. Mile to East Farley, and I can see some interesting buildings up here, so let's race off and take a look. Where were they? Up on the right? I've lost them now. Where were they? Oh, there they are. So I don't think I've seen a building like this before. Anywhere in the game. Let's get some bit of brakes going. Because we have a warning to come down to 40 just here, the AWS was telling us about. It's good to see all the bits and pieces scattered along the line. That is quite realistic for a railway line. No one ever tidies up their junk. They just leave it behind. They just put it down wherever they're working and go, I don't need this anymore, and they walk away. This is quite normal. Bits of railway track in the middle of the right of way are also quite normal. Disturbing, but normal.
We will shortly be arriving at
East Fartsley coming up.
If you notice something out of the ordinary,
I do like seeing the orange conduits and the cabling along the route. That looks like a castle-y thing over there, doesn't it? Alright, let us stop here at East Farley and we shall go and explore.
sorted.
This one we do go right to the end of the platform. The railway gates are already closed. Alrighty, let's doors open. Have a bit of a look around East Fartsley. Got a little old-fashioned station building here. Way in and out from the street. Another signal box. Split station platform. And I don't know if we can get to what we saw over here. Oh, look. Geez, you wouldn't want to run into that in the middle of the night, would you? I guess this is a weir or something, isn't it? And that's just warning you that you're going to run into a big concrete block if you keep going. That's interesting. So is that a weir? I know there's a lock for the boats to get through, so maybe that's meant to be at a different height or something. What did we see over here? A whole lot more of those interesting buildings all clustered together. So it's a fairly bespoke building style. Shush, train. Let's get the doors locked, get back to the train. And get out of here in just a moment. Some willow trees over there. I think we saw those for the first time on Stara Parker. Off you go, unit. Power up. The majority of the cars I have looked at have had their wheels pretty much above the ground, which is nice to see that level of care being taken. Like Stara Parker, this is a pretty impressive effort for a first one. There's a TSR warning. Let's go back in the cab so we can observe for the TSR. No one saw that we were doing 42 miles an hour and we should have been doing 40. We can now do 55, but there's a TSR coming at some point. Now, I might as well speed up till we see it, I suppose. Or we'll be here forever. There it comes. First tree we've seen significant pop-in on. Does that hit the train? No, just misses it. At least there's a ganger's cabin near this TSR. Don't slow down that much for. Don't need to. Where's our signage? Where is it? Just in case there's workers. There's the end of it. 1.4 to Wateringbury. Actually saw these gates shut. Nice touch. There's our yellow in the distance there. I'll be able to acknowledge that in a moment. Another nice old looking station with offset platforms. Offset platforms were generally put in to discourage people from leaping over the tracks. It's another one we're going to have to get quite close to. Another one where you can see someone in the signal box, which is nice. Nameplate very fuzzy. All right. Stop there. And the light has gone green, so we don't need to worry about popping on the DRA, but let's have a look. We can see into the Wateringbury box. Unfortunately, you can't go inside the boxes, because that would be cool, because they do actually seem to be quite well detailed, complete with manual signal levers and the like. Quite colourful. Another one of the quite nice posters that you see. Oh, look, it's actually featured for the structure as well. A train to Faversham. Is that gonna? Yep. Wateringbury. I'm thinking that's the doors again, and it's not. It's so confusing that they're a similar tone. Don't worry, if you're in guard mode, the driver usually drives off just as you do the first bell. Ah. Big boat lifting crane there, the marina. A few caravanners along here, the local gypsies. As we head towards Yalding. We are very much out in the boonies now. But it won't be too long before we get up to the next of the main lines, and it picks up a bit there. Oh yeah, AI trains. You honk at them, they honk back. I forgot about that. They honk for whistle boards. Actually, I shouldn't say they honk back. I'm not sure. Maybe it's been coincidence that every time I've encountered one, they've been near a whistle board. We might have to try this deliberately. Have got a 30 coming into Yalding. Slow down for that. It's really handy having the track monitor because it means you don't really need to know the route so well.
This is British Transport Police. If you notice something out of the ordinary, speak to a member of staff or text us on 61016 and we'll get it sorted.
So I suppose as we're getting near to the end, what do I think of it? I think it's a good addition to the game. I don't think it's exactly what people have been expecting, because I think a lot of the hype I've seen around is that people are expecting a fairly high traffic route, and I don't really know why they expect that, because it's not. It's a route between two main lines, serving a relatively rural populace. But it looks pretty good. The optimization is quite solid. There are elements that people probably aren't going to like signs being fuzzy until you get up close to them and things like that. But that's what optimization is all about. And I have been saying that consistently for ages, and people go, oh, it should be more optimized. Well, you know, you're reaping what you sow, my friends. But do the people on lower end equipment deserve it? Yes, very much. So that's both people on lower end PCs and would help if I opened the doors, wouldn't it? People on lower end PCs and people on consoles. And I do often see comments like consoles are holding PCs back. No, not really, because don't forget, if you look in Steam at the average hardware specs, they're actually about the same as a console. So this is for a lot of people. And granted, yes, I have a nice gaming PC. I kind of need it to do my streaming. I couldn't call it a profession, but it is a side gig. Did I open doors on both sides of the train? I think I did. What an idiot. This one. Just saying. Guards probably go, what are you doing? All right, dingle dongle, come on. Let's have it. Oh, hang on. Did he just bell some more? What does 4 mean? Slow down. Hey, good on you, dude. There you go. Have 5. It's hard to slow down when I'm not moving. Why would a guard ever be telling a driver to slow down? As if a driver would actually listen to a guard. Can't you just imagine a couple of 100 years ago when they're going, what should we call this town? And some bloke looks down at his thing and goes, "So, have you seen my new belt ring?" And they go, "Oh, there we go, belt ring." What if the homeless ever move into the gangers' sheds? Missed it, missed it, missed it. Where is it? God damn it. There it is. This is one of the pedestrian crossings. They are quite nicely modelled. Ooh. Is that an industry? Could be. But let's not miss out on the gratuitous bridge shot, shall we? Very good. And the bridge doesn't have collision on it. Even better. I like it more. Bit of a floodplain sort of area here on the River Medway as it spreads itself out over the world. Ooh, we're meant to be stopping. Oh, we might go into emergency for this one. I think it might be necessary. We're not going to look. We're going to watch the crossing gates and go, crossing gates. Must be no, there we go. Shut your gob. Go on. I'm going to stand on your car now. I'm going to sit on your windscreen. So there. Oh, don't block the crossing. I could sit here and watch you get killed by a train. See, you're not very clever. You're waiting for me, but I'm just sitting on this bloke's windscreen. What are you doing? We should open the doors. We should probably go over here and look at the station. Oh, look at that. Still in it. Good. Did I just see? I did. High resolution moving sheepies. Don't you know you can't wear blackface? Seriously, dude. What's going on with you? Fuck off. You know what? I have to get a screenshot of one of these sheep. I really do. Because it's going to be my thumbnail. No, stop moving around, you bastards. There you go. Let's get in. Come on, stay still. Stay still. Stay still. There we go. You're staying still because I'm forcing you to. Because you are the thumbnail for this video, Mr. Sheepy Sheepy. Okay, let's lock the doors and get out of here. You're screaming right now, aren't you? Oh, a stuck door. Fantastic. Love it. Brilliant. Bloody vigilance. Whoop, whoop, there it is. Sadly, they'll bong at you even if the stuck door isn't unstuck. So the guard system is not tied into the stuck door system at all. Sheep's staring at me now. I have to close that screenshot. It's just staring at me. There you go. Bye-bye, sheepy. That's going to be a grass thumbnail. I feel it now. As we approach Paddock Wood, where somebody once got mightily excited about a paddock. We'll just pretend that was a DJ horn. 35 coming up. We're not even at the speed limit yet, so not to worry. Bing. We cruise off to the paddock of wood. We will have a look through the train before we toiminate. Is that a halt? Oh, I'm guessing this used to be a station. Interesting. Now arriving at Excited Wood. Ooh, it's a tight one here at Paddock Wood. I don't think you'd want to roll through here too hard, really. Looks like a little yard here, so I'll have a quick look around when we get into the station. Stopping wrong side, that's interesting. Oop, and there's a red signal up there in the gantry, I think. Maybe? Oh no, that's a PIS. It's okay. Platform Q. We're going to Tonbridge, mate. Alright, let's get the dories open. Now, where are we going to go after this? Oh, we're still going straight ahead. I was thinking maybe we were changing ends or something weird, but no. Alright, let's jump out and have a look at the Paddock Wood. So we've got a bit of a complex point arrangement at that end for changing tracks. There is a little head shunt, doesn't look particularly well used. We should be locking the doors, so we will. Modern overpass for the pedestrians. Fairly modern station building. There's some collectibles. Interesting, there's a sign up there. Tested for electrical safety. Do. Fairly modern station, nice and clean. Of course, there's... I'm tipping these guys are doing a pick-up, not a drop-off, just saying. Here at Paddock Wood. And we've got a little bit of a yard over here on both sides. Looks like this yard is less than it used to be, because that's gone. And this is a disconnect by the look of it. Someone will go, oh, it should be connected. I go, yeah, well... That's when we'll just look at you really strange there, buddy. So you can you get in this one? Yes, there's trackage to get into this yard, so here's hoping that's used for stuff. That would be nice. Anyway, we should probably get out of here, because, you know, I've got the doors open on both sides again. We have a green light with a feather going over to the other side. Doors are locking. There you go. I belled the guard. He's belling me back. What if I give you more bells?
The next station is Tonbridge.
No. Not a sausage. Looks like we're going to change over onto the correct running line. As we head out towards Tonbridge, which I think is our termination point on this service. There's another train waiting for us to come through. Let's try that theory. No, didn't honk at me. Ooh, Hucky Sparky's at the back there. I'm going to go on the long haul to Tonbridge. Is this one of the ones with lights? No, this is a Manuel. I think it's the first time I've driven through this part in the daytime. Little works area there. It's good to see the backyard swimming pools. On the railway I work on, there's a particular house that has a lady that sunbakes by the pool, and you sometimes hear over the radio, the Eagle has landed. And that is one of the crews advising the other crews that she is in fact there. Railway crews are a little, from the 1950s, shall we say. Don't really belong in modern society. Will we actually make the ton before we have to slow down for Tonbridge? Dunno, this thing struggles a tad making the ton. Especially uphill. We do have 3 yellows, so we'll keep trying. I don't think we're going to do it, though, because we're just cruising along at 80. Ooh, they're close. I don't think they touched the train, but they're very close. Wouldn't want to bring a high stack through here or anything. Oh, we're not going to get over 80. Might as well start slowing down, given what's coming. We've got a red signal coming up. The two trains are quite similar, the two 375s. So we won't bother looking at both of them. Slow down to 40 a little early, didn't I? We have a feather on the signal, so we should slow down for the corner, which according to the track monitor is a 40. Industrial warehousey sort of facility here. Hopefully there's some freight to there, we'd nice. We do have a red coming up, so I dare say we're going to wait for another train to come out of Tonbridge. Would be my bet. There is another train in there, so I assume we're going to sit here and go into that platform, I guess. Did that just go yellow? It did just go yellow. Maybe we're not going into that one.
That you have all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train, and keep them with you at all times whilst on the station. If you see anything suspicious, Please report it to a member of staff or the police.
Pretty good sized yard here at Tonbridge. Looks like a maintenance facility for the trains. Quite interesting to get a long train into there. Maybe it's an engine facility. What about around there? Another line heading off that way. We've got a red signal coming up. We've got to be careful. Okay. Runs out of scenery pretty quick, but that's okay. It's kind of expected as we come rolling into Tonbridge. Moa police cars. They're clearly naughty people out in the Medway Valley. So many police cars. This looks like one of those boringly modern reconstruction stations. Wonder if those gates work too. We better go up and find out. I believe these traffic lights work, by the way. We'll have to go and have a look at that. That do? That'll do. Alright, let's pop out. Pop up here first. Haha. I don't think this is the first route that you could do this, actually. There's another one that had working pedestrian crossings. I don't remember what route it was, but there was one. So we've got the pedestrian crossing. Do the gates work? Yes, they do. Very good. Shall we have a look outside? Why not? Whee! We have a information counter. No one in there, but it's decked out. It's got a flower. Quiet vigilance. You want to go, don't you? We're not going anywhere though. This is it. This is the end. But we will do, I think, a Javelin. What have we got up this end of Tonbridge? Tonbridge Yard. So there's a bit of stuff going on down here. There's a little 66. Let's just return to free roam. Platinum is a good sign because that means you can actually get platinum medals. Whole bunch of terraining trains. A whole bunch of other stuff. How far does this go on? I don't know, but the route itself does really end here. But there is a fairly big yard that we've just had a bit of a look at there. So, yeah. In fact, here comes another train. Complete with rail singing. Yay! Alrighty, let's come burning back up here. We saw the orange paths coming in there. I'll stop that. Alright, so we've had a look around Tonbridge. I think we will get out of here now. Let's go and run a Javelin service on the high speed side. We'll just do a quickie. We'll find the quickest one we can, because this video is getting just a little long at an hour and a half. And this will be a premiere so far at 0800 on the 26th of the 3rd Australian time, which will be evening time for the UK people, about 9 PM, I believe. Well, that's what I'm aiming at anyway. So let's play the 395 Javelin. And why don't we do this one? Gravesend and Maidstone West. So that's how could that be that quick? That's quite long. And the other ones go across the top there. We should do one of those because let's find the quickest one of those. No. We'll just do one of those. It's fine. You'll watch, won't you? Sure. Of course you will. It'll be fine, mate. 6:43. It should be light. In March. Me? Listen to music? No. Nice album by Mungo Jerry. Got to drive this thing now. It's been a little while. Yeah, we've got to press acknowledge. and it'll start bleeping again, and we press acknowledge again. I think. Is this the one that we have to press acknowledge about 4 million times? No, maybe not. Safety switches. Boop-a-loop. Boop-a-loop. Is that it? That's it, I think. Quiet, you. Alright. Headlights, 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 headlights. There they are. Day running, yes. Let's put them on cook. Out the back there. Have a bit of fan action. Do 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 do. Lock the doors. It's time to go. And off we go to Strood from Game's End. Now remember, this is not the high-speed part of the Javelin run. Let's roll with our digital speedometer. So this section of the route has been redone in the way that is proposed for all routes to solve the blurry textures, the out of memory, and many of the crashing issues that people experience. So I did have someone pop into my stream the other day. I won't call them out, but they go, "No one's doing anything. It's all bullshit." And I go, well, here it is. This is what you're going to get. Oh no, it's a TSR. Good. Grouse. Love it. Meanwhile, let's accelerate. This sort of time of morning and the evenings are my favourite times to play with the lighting in TOD 4 because I am not a fan of it in the middle of the day. I just don't like it. What's that? Oh, I don't like it. That's right, Pauline Pantsdown. You don't like it. In joke for the Aussies. If you're wondering who Pauline is, just think of a person a little bit like the American Prez. But it's a girl. I don't like it. That's her most favourite saying. Alright, let us start the process of slowing down for the TSR. That'll do, Piggy. That'll do. On our way to the word that has to be pronounced Strood. It's required. No, we just rolled through the TSR at 41 miles an hour, but that's fine. There's a lock. It's a lock. It would be pissing water everywhere, but there's a lock. I'm happy to see things like that. That is a nice touch. Very happy to see stuff like that. All right, here we go. Super Fang. This puts us in the vicinity of who, doesn't it? I would think. Little farm crossing there. The Javelin's so fast on DC power. There's an animated horsey over there to our left. Good to see. Is who yard? Who are you? Those same 266s have been there for years, they have. Years. Plenty of stuff going on, lots of rolling stock around the place, good to see. If you've got cargo line, of course. If you don't have a cargo line, aggregates, I think that would be just a tad empty. But you all have cargo line aggregates, don't you? And if you don't, you should. It's by Skyhook, and they need you. Skyhook is actually in danger of going under. They need you. They need you to buy their DLCs. They're going to get their Lawn Mowing Simulator 2 out. It's looking pretty good. But nothing on the TSW front at this point, because their TSW crew is just Adam. Hey, matey. Everybody staying behind the yellow line. Brilliant to see. Well-behaved people. That doesn't look so hot. Needs a touch of the light baking there. Just a touch. I am starting to get a little bit of the yawns. It's certainly not the Medway Valley route's fault. It is the fact that I've been up since 5 this morning and it's now almost 10 PM. So I do need to get to sleep pretty soon. Hop out into the brief respite between the tunnels. Good place for a maintenance depot because no one can get shit in there, but makes you wonder, how did the skips get there? Should I ask questions like that? Yes. Alright, let's start slowing the big blue piggy down. Come on, big blue piggy. You need to slow down to 15. You're not trying very hard, train. Let's try harder. Let's try really hard, shall we? You have the braking ability of a pat of butter on a hot frying pan on a 90-degree slope. But that's okay, we forgive you. Coming into Strood. Where do we stop out on this service anyway? Strood, Rochester, Chatham, Gillingham, and Raynham. So we did start the other run pretty much at Strood, so at Strood we are again. the blistering high-speed rail from the Javelin. Round the squealy corner into Strood. As the Vigilance squeals in our ear going, "Are you awake, mate?" There we go, we can see the optimization on the glass there where it pops in at the last possible moment. That's new. We'll see what else looks different as we come round into Strood on the super tight Strood corner. We are actually getting an emulation of the tightness of the curve, which is... I'd forgotten that happens with the Javelin. It's pretty good at that. That could well be the train that we drove earlier. There's another one going over the top up there. Nice to see. We should go up to the stop marker, shouldn't we? Full beans and full stop. Alright, we're going to go past the stop marker. No, we're not. Perfect. Hop up. So we had a look at Strood before. This could be the train that actually turned into the one that we drove. Because, you know, it's not long before the time of the train that we ran. And there was a Javelin sitting in the platform, although I think it was in this platform. And I think there was a 700 in this platform. So maybe it's not, but we'll see. We're going to go off to the left instead of following the Medway Valley Line, which is normal. Any moment now. Prepare to close. Off we go to Rochester, but not very fast. Because it's another slow corner. Did I, read they've done... Yes, they've done suspension on the 395 Javelin. The Javelino. It's like a Pendolino, but it's a Javelin. So call it the Javelino. Someone will hate me for that, but that's okay. Castle. We'll probably visit this castle when we come here, because good lady other half and I are coming over to the UK again. We will intend to be visiting the Chat of Ham. So we might go and visit this place. We'll find out what it is. Go there. Seems like fun. The bridge is more thin, shall we say, than it used to be. I think. Still looks cool though. Up to 30 mile an hour on the approach to Rochester. I'm not hearing announcements at this point. Oh, maybe I am. Oops, too fast. I should pause my music for a little while and, I know you can't hear my music. I'm sorry about that, because this isn't Twitch. It's the only thing I like about Twitch, actually, is that you can play music and it's fine. YouTube? No! They shall reach out with the cold icy hand and remove your credentials. So we stop at the Rochester. Right about. Well, good enough. There's the Medway River next to Rochester. And if we go back there, we saw it before, but we did see the Submarinus. I wonder if you can still do what you used to be able to do, which was bloop. Oh, you can't go under the water anymore. There was a place. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's stuff moving. That is the train we were on because look, there's a Javelin and the 700 just left. Ha! Good stuff. Alrighty, is it time to close the doors yet? No. Station announcements. So there are platform announcements. Not really hearing any in the train, but let's see what we hear as we come up to Chatham, because perhaps I just couldn't hear them if they were very quiet. Because after all, we are not in the passenger space. Well, we can open it up so we kind of are more in the passenger space. See if we can hear it. As we come through Old Raynham. I think they do stable the train on the sides here sometimes, so having those lights probably makes sense. The lights, if you're wondering, are these things. Do not alight here. Yes, you can't go anywhere if you alight there. As we slowly crawl around the corner to Chatham, the home of Dovetail. No, I'm not hearing any passenger announcements. Unfortunate. Just trying to think if the Javelin itself actually had passenger announcements. I'm not 100% sure. I kind of think it did. In real life, I mean. Because I did ride a Javelin out here. As we come rolling into Chatham. A quick look around Chatham Station. Up the steppies, out through the gates. Do these work? Yep, good. And outside, where your gypsy taxi driver might come and get you or not. There's a pub around here somewhere. Somewhere around here anyway. See, I don't think I've ever noticed that before, but I'm guessing it's been there forever. That's pretty funny. Time to close the doors almost as we prepare to head off to Gillingham and Raynham as our next and final stops. A bit more clutter and stuff around here now, which is nice to see. Oops, too fast. Bad boy. Round the corner to the Gilling of Ham, where there is the only good hotel. Chatham down at the waterfront has the travel dodge, but it's not real cool. There's a couple of pub stays in Chatham itself, but I think the Premier is where you probably want to be, just saying. Tree Sim World, yes! I wanted the gratuitous bridge shot, thank you very much, and you robbed us of it. There you go, we get a different one. Last time I came down here, I rode to Chatham with, I think, Pretty Chase and Richie and Tintin and a couple of the moderators. And they all piled out at Chatham except for me and Tintin because we went on to Gillingham to the hotel to drop our stuff. Met up with the others afterwards. Next stop, Gillingham. The doors will open on the left. Too much talking, not enough drinking. I did think for a horrible moment there that was on my track, but it was just a farce of the curvature. The only thing missing from Gillingham is 100 years of dirt and a whole lot of fare evaders. I saw the BTP capture a few of them when I was here last time. They were just following them up and down the platform. Eventually they arrested them. But the station looks about right to me. And the gates that go out onto the gateway. There's a taxi rank here in reality, so I think this might be a tad wider than it shows there. It's good to see some gates. Whoop. Can I get up the stairs here? Let's try. Yep. Can we get out? Well, there you go. It's well optimized because that's obviously a bit you can see from the train line. Welcome to the land of the optimization. Let's go. Full banana exit. Why are the brakes still on? It does have brakes on, doesn't it? No, now they're releasing. Interesting. The door release light was on, so as in the door close interlock light. I think it was anyway. Maybe not. Maybe we dragged away against our own brakes. It's the infamous Gillingham crossing where you can get stuck for quite a while if you try hard enough. This was, I think, the first operating crossing in the game, if I remember correctly. And people went, ooh. Not much sitting in the yard down here, but this time of day it's probably all headed off to London. 2 bangs for the vigilance acknowledge there. Two miles to Raynham. Where do you live? I'm really smart, so I live at Rainman. And that will be where we leave this route tonight. Overall, I'm going to give it, I reckon, a bit over an 8 out of 10. I'm quite happy with the work. The optimization that we're going to have coming across the board, I'm not as happy with that. I'd love it if they could do a bit of a better treatment of glass, because glass bugs me a little bit the way it appears now. Blurry signage until you get up right close to it also bugs me a bit, but I do get that there is a certain necessity to it. I think they've done a nice job of reworking this section, and I think that the new section, Medway Valley, is pretty nice. Like I said, it's probably not the really busy, fast run people are thinking it might be. So I don't really know why they think that, because I've had a look at the timetables and what I see is pretty close, to be honest. So I think it's pretty accurate. It looks nice. It looks better significantly than the TSC version, so there's that. I think it'll probably be received pretty well. I haven't found any really bad bugs anywhere. In fact, there's not really any to even really mention, to be honest. So there's some little things here and there, but there's nothing terrible. We're rolling into Raynham. So I think pretty good effort. First effort from a third-party team. I think it's pretty up there with Star Parker, to be honest. I think it's pretty good. That'll be a root hop. It probably goes on to the other one, I imagine. This'll do. Good enough. So there we go. Medway Valley, full tour of both sides, full stoppers, exploring all of the stations along the route. We should do that for this one, shouldn't we? We haven't done that yet. So, Raynham looks pretty much like it did before. Doesn't really look significantly different. While it's a fairly large station, it's not much to look at, shall we say. We've got the station building here, which you can't go into, never could. This is the outside of it, with the blank dovetail poster and a light that's actually casting a shadow. That's cool. So that'll be it, I think, for Medway Valley. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it worth it? Are you happy with the cash? Is it a sale thing? Is it something you want to buy? I'd normally pop that up in a poll, but I cannot today because I'm not here, because I'll be working when this comes out. I might pop into the chat occasionally. I'll try. We'll see. And we've got a glod. So there you go. Alrighty. This has been Medway Valley. I've shown you some bits. I've shown you some stuff. I've shown you some more bits. And I've told you I reckon it's pretty good. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Bye now. Have fun. Chuck your comments down below. Like and subscribe. All that sort of thing. And this is a bit of a long one. We've just gone over 2 hours. Bye.
We played a game.